Drum roll, please.
Good morning.
And what's up, Tallahassee? We're back once again with the Hill Talk Show. How y'all feeling today?
Good. And who are you?
Who am I?
Yes,
Who am
who are you?
I am Rodneisha Graham from the Oh So Live, Oh So Pretty, Oh So Sunny 305. And you?
I am Christina Caines, hailing from the Oh So Live 305. Who are you?
I'm Yamani Bryant-Mc-Cray from your home, away from home, Tallahassee, Florida.
I'm Dion Jones. I'm from Duval.
Duval. And who are you?
I'm Marcus Barr from the Old Town, Orlando.
Old Town.
Okay,
Yeah.
shout out. So, on the Hill Talk Show today,
What's our topic?
so we decided to make a little, change of gears since everything that's happening in the world and with our president in healthcare. We're going to discuss health disparity, and also our main topic is transgenders. And over the course of time, transgenders have become somewhat a highlight and also a normalcy throughout the United States. So with transgenders, we're going to discuss ethics, the ACA Trump care. We're going to discuss the Iron Triangle, cultural competency, mental health, and also HIV. We hope today that you all take something from this episode and learn and spread the word and the information amongst others. So I will begin. If I ask you all, what's ethics? What would be the first thing that comes to your mind?
I don't know. You tell
That's a
me.
good question.
So basically, ethics is mainly just a set of principles, a moral principle that basically states that everyone be treated as equal no matter they're a man or a woman, transitioning from a man or a woman to a man. Ethics plays a major part in the healthcare arena in many ways. One is it gives people a guideline to follow when interacting with not only transgender patients, but also gay and lesbian and bisexual. So, shout out to the LGBT community. So, with that being said, I would like for us to shine some light on the new epidemic that's occurring with it, which is the bathroom situation. Everyone has been making a big uproar over Target and I believe Walmart putting transgender restrooms in their facilities, which is, I believe that is perfectly fine, because if you're having a problem with identifying whether you're a man or a woman and you choose to go into the transgender restroom, then that's your right. So many people have a lot to say about it, how it's not the standard way, or it shouldn't be glorified that transgenders are becoming the next semi race of people that's occurring. Also, according to the National Center of Transgender Equality, insurance policies have been under fire for not only denying transgender people, but also not allowing them to get and meet the health care requirements that they need. So a statement was released according to the National Center of Transgender Equality that no more insurance companies cannot exclude transgender no matter they're a man or a woman. They also are required to treat and care for them and give them nothing but equal respect as any other patient, according to the gender that they're identifying. Now we're going to roll over to talk about the ACA and Trump healthcare.
The Affordable Care Act has made it a health care coverage a reality for LGBT individuals and their families for the first time. The ACA, or Obamacare, prohibits sex discrimination, including anti-transgender discrimination, by vast majority of insurance companies and healthcare providers. Even under federal and state laws, it's illegal for healthcare providers, insurance companies, and other healthcare programs to discriminate against transgender people. Before the ACA's landmark changes, it was a hard time for LGBT people getting healthcare coverage. And during Trump's new campaign, he voted against Obamacare and decided to repeal it. And on March 6th, the House of Republicans took the first steps towards accomplishing that campaign promise by releasing an ACA replacement. That bill has been voted on since March 3rd, 23rd, of 2018. The new change will make a profound impact on transgender people because they rely on Obamacare administration's specific trans-friendly guidelines for hormones and other trans-related care. While we don't know exactly what the bill will entail, what we do know is the repeal of Obamacare in its current state is likely to hurt low-income Americans, the elderly, and communities of people of color, many of whom have only recently gotten access to health care for the first time. This will also affect the Iron Triangle in these communities.
The Iron Triangle. The Iron Triangle is a unique relationship between bureaucrats, Congress, and lobbyists that all results in a mutual benefit of all three. So to put that in simpler terms, think of trees and humans. We need oxygen from the trees and they need carbon dioxide from us. So it's like a mutual benefit from both, and that's the same that applies to the Iron Triangle. And the Congress, they basically gained the re-election, so like passing laws, pretty much making sure they're re-elected, and lobbyists, they represent the company and get legislative bills, and the bureaucrats, they're funding the company, making sure all the finances are taken care of. And how this relates to cultural competency, I said this relates because there's a comprehensive protection that prohibits discrimination against people for like jobs, houses, and also public accommodations. And this also relates to cultural competency because there is discrimination in the world, and there are a lot of racists, sexists, and bigots, and the LGBT community needs to be protected against it.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys. So, what part of the U.S. population identifies as transgender? Anybody?
5%.
5% no.
8%.
Nope.
11?
Nope. I will tell you, in fact, it is 0.6% of the U.S. adult population identifies as transgender, which comes out to 1.4 million adults. We estimate among the adults nationalities, 55% are white, 16% are African American, 21% are Latino, and 8% are other. Transgenders have always been part of the modern lesbian, gay, bisexual civil rights movement. However, not all identify with the LGBT community. Transgender people identify as queer, straight, bi, gay, lesbian, and asexual.
So with that being said, with transgenders being able to identify with those terms that he just listed, it also can cause mental health issues. According to the National Center of Transgender Equality, 41% of transgenders have committed suicide in the last 5 years. That's double the amount of the regular general population. And that goes to show that not only are transgender having more issues as far as being accepted amongst the other people in the world, but they have issues amongst themselves being accepting themselves for who they are. So mental health has not only have caused transgenders to have a self-conflict with themselves to identify them as a man or a woman, they also have had conflicts to see if they can identify with the world. It also shows in studies that transgenders that are mentally ill also are prone to contract and catch HIV.
HIVs is me, right?
Yes.
Okay. To whom it may concern, did you know that HIV continues to be the most biggest health crisis, but mainly higher in the transgender community? Transgender is a term of people whose gender identity or expression is different from their sex assigned at birth. The percentage of transgender people who received a new HIV diagnosis was more than 3 times the national average. Then, transgender people are 49 times more at risk of living with HIV/AIDS compared to the general population. That's a very, very big difference.
Big, you know.
For the estimated that is around, it is 19% of transgender women that are living with AIDS. So 90% can be any one of us in here that are living with AIDS that are women. Transgender people are at high risk for HIV, but they are lack of knowledge of learning how to treat it and also how to prevent getting the infection, the disease actually. The LGBTQ people engage in behaviors that actually speed the process or actually speed of getting infected with HIV/AIDS. For example, employment discrimination, dealing with the potential consequences of selling their bodies for work, basically to satisfy their needs and their wants in life, because there's no other way of explaining to someone on a job application that they are transgender. Finishing with our topic today on the hillside.
All right, so on the Hill Talk Show, we would like to inform everyone that the transgender community just want to be treated as equals. And also, we hope that you all take something from this message and from this topic today, and hopefully you learn, apply it, and spread the word throughout the community and throughout the world, so everybody can become more knowledgeable by not only just ethics, the ACA, Iron Triangle, and also how cultural competency affects mental health, HIV, and also each and every person. So until next time, we would like to send peace, love, and happiness, and thank you.
Drum roll, please.
For tuning in. Thanks for tuning in to the Hill Talk Show.
Talk show.
See ya.
See you next time.